Stepping out for the catch and shoot is Sprewell, but it rattles out on him. Sean Elliott guarded by Houston. Elliott has been quiet offensively in this series. Here's Duncan against two defenders, banks it in, plus the foul.
Now, interesting matchup there, and I don't know if it was just because it was on the break, but they've got Larry Johnson guarding Duncan there instead of Dudley. That's a mismatch. I don't know why Dudley's not playing him unless they just got caught running up and down the floor. But Duncan wheels in there. You see the strength of Tim Duncan. That's one of the things that Jeff Van
does, but misses. Chris Childs, we remind you, has not played in the second half. Banged up his knee late in the first half. Told Jim Gray he's in pain and wants to try. Van Gundy hasn't used him yet. Duncan spins with the hook and banks it in.
See, Larry Johnson has no chance down there. When that double team comes from the top and he spins baseline like that, it's too little.
Duncan again. Good again. What a shot. Tim Duncan, footwork, knowing right where he was, on the floor, off the glass, realizing Marcus Camby not quite the strength, just a subtle little bump there, the jump away from contact. Duncan with two.
Imagine a little carried away there, calling one of the top 5 playoff performers.
No, wait a minute. He said 10 or 15. which I would buy. I would buy 10 to 15. He said he's among the top 10 to 15 all-time performers in playoff history. Not 5. David Robinson has not played particularly well here in San Antonio.
Over the years, David Robinson had his number when he was quicker and he was healthier. And the arrival of Tim Duncan has changed that matchup. It used to be group strength versus...
Timeout is called with 5.5 remaining. And this first half, Kobe hearing it from the crowd. And look at Duncan. 17 points.
And that play was not there for Dallas in Game 6 because Terry was not on the floor. The Spurs double-teamed Nowitzki at that same spot, but the Mavericks didn't have the shooters to be able to deal with it.
And Duncan gets inside.
Back, clean things up. Howard puts the Magic back in the lead. Tim Duncan with the spinning post move and the layup right over Howard. Nice moves there. Rashard.
It is 14-10 Clippers. Left wing Hill around a screen by Duncan. Now looks for Tim down low. He's got it against Griffin. Puts up an off-balance shot off the glass and scores. Griffin put his hand straight up, and Tim was able to fire it over him.
They get an offensive possession, and there's time to sub. Gasol matched up with Duncan. No help this time. Duncan to spin off the glass and in. Vintage Tim Duncan. He's got 13.
Talked about rolling back the clock. He did right there. That's Tim Duncan. Spinning toward the
left side. Back to Bonner on the pick and pop. Fakes the jumper. Right corner Parker into the paint. Duncan off the glass. No good. Gets his own rebound over Barats. That shot is good, and a foul on Stanko Barats. 6 points for Tim Duncan, all here in the third quarter. And that is personal foul number 5 on Stanko
Smith. He's not one of those guys. He's going to go after your shot.
Duncan here with a banker. Terrific shot by Tim as Collins was all over him. He still got the bucket. The Spurs by 3 in that first half. 10 points. Also got 7 boards now tonight. 9:12 to go in the third. Duncan wheels and deals on Kevin Love.
How about that spin move? That's what we've seen in the last 2 weeks. We didn't see that at the beginning of the year.
Neal. Duncan over Perkins. Kevin! To the line.
As soon as Timmy caught that ball, Perkins was a hair out of position, and Timmy forces the action.
Another excellent defender. Duncan has it punched away by Jason Maxiel. Goes to the lane on Jason. Used the high glass, dead in front, and hit it. 16 all here at the Palace.
Right hand off the glass.
Bonner with a steal to Ginobili. Manu surveying the action. Timmy goes down deep against Duncan. Count it! You see that coming 20 feet away.
Duncan trying to work on front. Duncan inside. Look at the mismatch there. You got Bo Williams trying to slap it away. Oh, what a spin move.
This is the 36-year-old right here. A spin move.
Unbelievable. And Duncan extends the lead.
Parker to Duncan. Isolated on the block, facing up. Duncan, the strong move, and the foul. Gord's hot on the reach.
Well, he's just been consistent all year long, Tim Duncan. Everybody wants to talk about how his game has changed. Well, he's
Tim. Send him to the line. Timmy.
What a difficult shot there. Moving to his right. It's going to fall through with that fadeaway. Gets the bump.
11 points off the bench for Popovich. Parker. Duncan. Chandler defends. Count it for 2. And a foul on Chandler, and Duncan gets 2 more. He's got 8, and Chandler picks up his second personal foul in a game where there have not been a lot of...
Well, post game, and he spent a lot of time on that block. Wonderful passer from down there, but he can score too.
He has emerged as one of the best big man passers in the NBA. Duncan is able to hit. He now has 6 points.
The Spurs showing you they've got a little more versatility to their...
Kind of an offshoot of the San Antonio Spurs organization in many ways. And here, Tim Duncan with a little bit of a circus shot for him, falling down. It's an opportunity for...
Isolation for Duncan against Jefferson. Great show and go. Oh! There's a lot more pop in his legs than there has been maybe in the last 3 or 4 years.
Duncan may end up on the league's flop reel. Green had it stripped, got it back. Manu Ginobili has checked into the ball game. Duncan, nice move, going right at Gasol because Mark's got 2 fouls.
If you want to talk about a rejuvenated player in the NBA, the lob into Duncan. Duncan with 3, running right hand hook is good. 1.4 to go. Timeout, Monty Williams. The Spurs lead 104-102. The future Hall of Famer with his game-high 28 points on your cue, running hook.
Indiana the last 3 years. Missed a year with the neck surgery. Tim on the way to the hole. Count it and send him to the line. Hit back.
Showing you he still has a little bit of quickness here. Nice inside pivot against Cantor. Throws his body into the big
shot attempts.
I never played against Jack Sigma. I saw Arvydas Sabonis when he was...
Pardon me, Tim Duncan, the and 1.
And he just muscled that right through Tyson Chandler.
I think he just asked Antonio, did that go in?
Antonio ball, Hornets lead, under 5 to go in the quarter. Down speed, but Duncan will score and get fouled on.
Goes to the corner. If you're going to foul him, you can't.
Final record is 8 blocks. Duncan right there. And how many did Robinson have? More for David Robinson. Oh, what a shot by Duncan. Like I said, you can't play any single one move with Tim Duncan, and he uses them all. The way. Beautiful defense. The tandem block that time. Show him one way, come right back. That's a Larry Bird, Kevin McHale move right there. Yeah. And then like a lot of it.
Tim Duncan. Ward coming over to help Johnson. The turnaround is good.
They're going to have to give him some help. Larry Johnson has got fouls. Basking over Duncan and Robinson. He gives him a layup. But then Tim Duncan with the counter. In the post, he takes his time. No hurry. Reads the defense. Charlie Ward comes down. He goes back. Steps in between the double team and just too big and tall and finishes against Larry Johnson.
And gets there to block it. Spree tried to save it, but into Rose's hands. Back comes San Antonio. Antonio Daniels getting some minutes now at the start of the 4th. The clocks above each basket are off, and the corner clocks, which have been rolled onto the floor, are on. Duncan spins and hits off the glass. He's almost too good.
How good is that? The spin off the glass looked like he didn't know where he was, but if I am New York right now with David... About what I'm talking about, he's isolated right here. Run somebody in from behind him. You know he's going to spin. New York is too late getting there. Sprewell, and look at that shot, one-handed off the glass.
Starts his move, spinning, fadeaway jumper off the glass. It's good. The bank is open.
Beautiful. Hold it up. Hold it. We're going to talk about how to play forward. It's an art. To demonstrate this, you're one of the greats of all time. Now, let's demonstrate that play again, and we'll talk about it.
He really brought back using the backboard as a weapon in the NBA.
He did it again 2 times in a row. He used the backboard.
What a concept.
Yes.
Tim Duncan's bank shot is unstoppable. Once he faces up, you're kind of at his mercy.
You know what he does? He catches, he squares up. The next thing you know, all you hear is doom doom. That's going in from Tim Duncan. And there's Tim Duncan, doom doom, off the glass.
That's his range. That's his range. Remember what he said. You young players out there, don't get too far out. Get around here where the shot isn't that tough.
Trying to get into middle and use my right-handed jump hook and my jump shot. Trying to face up and use my space.
Turns right shoulder. He's done this ever since he came in the league.
Giving the shot and knocking it out, make him respect that.
He grab the ball, he face you up, and he just stare you down. And the next thing you know, he going up and banking it right off the glass. Kind of like you know it's coming, but you can't stop it.
That's so true. That's so perfect. You couldn't want a better explanation. Now there you have it, from one of the truly great ones of all time, how to play forward.